Welcome back to the Rodecast, guys. Hope you're doing well out there. I'm your host, Rod, as always. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the arrest of one of the Mexican terrorists who are trying to kill ICE agents by throwing giant rocks at their vehicles, specifically in Paramount, California, as part of the violent protests that took place a couple of months ago when the ICE raids really picked up here. They want to protect their criminal family who broke into our country, so they were burning LA to the ground. Okay, you guys might remember that. But anyways, we're going to cover one of the most violent people in that bunch of protests. Actually, it's not just one protest. There are protests. No, let me rephrase that. There are riots all over LA. And this was the one from Paramount, California. I actually covered this guy when I talked about the riots in my earlier video. He was actually caught by the Mexican police and turned over to Border Patrol. There were a lot of people who were throwing things at the police, but this guy was one of the worst. He was throwing giant rocks that actually broke through some of the windows. And you can see right now a video of the perspective from inside one of the Border Patrol vehicles, one of these cars, when he was actually throwing the rocks. So he's been federally charged, obviously. He should have been charged much worse, in my opinion, but the charges against him are still serious. He should have been charged with attempted murder, which he has not been. Okay, of federal agents.
Remember this in this video that went viral during the anti-ICE riots in LA about a month ago. The man suspected of throwing rocks on your screen repeatedly at those federal vehicles is now under arrest. From Los Angeles, William Lajeunesse has got the follow-up. And William, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Bill. You know, it took a few weeks because the suspect was hiding in Mexico. But you're right, it was back in June when ICE and Border Patrol agents assembled near a Home Depot. When word spread that they were there, activists rushed to the scene and assaulted them, throwing glass bottles and...
Look at all these savages, every single one of them a tamale-eating little bastard. Okay, so this guy went back to Mexico to eat some tacos, and it was not helpful because he got caught by the Mexican police, and there was a $50,000 reward out for his arrest. Okay, information about him so that the police can arrest him. And this is video from inside one of the vehicles when he was throwing rocks at it. Okay, look at the shattered glass. Okay, one more rock, and it would have gone right through the people inside. Okay, so it's not a hyperbole to say that he should have been charged with attempted murder of multiple people, not just the federal officers, but also the people inside the vehicle.
But I also want you to take a look at this from inside the SUV. You can see the bricks shattering the window, right? So as they attempted to leave, this man in the motorcycle helmet, concealing his face so he doesn't want to be identified, pelted their cars from close range with concrete blocks, injuring one agent. The FBI put him on the most wanted list. Police identified the rock thrower as Elpidio Reyna, 39, of Compton, now charged with assaulting a federal officer.
Anyone thinks that this guy or any other thug out there is going to stop us from doing our job, they got to think again.
So here's what happened now from inside one of those Border Patrol trucks. Reyna was so proud of his actions, he even posted videos of the attack on his personal TikTok account, according to the indictment. Well, after releasing his photo, police in Mexico located Reyna south of the border, and yesterday they turned him over to the Border Patrol at the port of entry in San Ysidro, handcuffed, searched. They put him into a vehicle, and he is not looking too happy there. So, bottom line, Bill, you know, there are other individuals from the incident in Camarillo up there where there are still rock throwers they're looking for, as well as the guy who pulled the gun.
So yeah, there's a lot more people that they need to catch, but this guy, it's awesome that he's been caught. And look at the expression on his face. He was a badass on the streets when there was no law, right? Well, there was actually law. The police were actually there, but he was busy throwing rocks at them. Now he's not so tough after he's been caught and turned over to the American authorities. Border Patrol, he'll be taken in by the FBI or some other federal agency, and he'll be taken to a federal prison where he will eventually face federal charges. He's facing federal charges. And he's going to be found guilty. There's no question about it. I just think that he should have been hit with multiple charges of attempted murder of a federal agent, which there is a code for that in the federal code. And the local district attorney in California should also be charging him with attempted murder of the civilians that were inside the car. He was literally endangering other illegals who were inside those vehicles, because those ICE cars didn't just have federal agents in them. In the back, there were illegals who were arrested. He not only endangered the lives of the federal agents, but also the people that he was ostensibly fighting for, his raza. He also endangered them. So these are the kind of people who are running around. These are the kind of people that Karen Bass stands up for every day to protect these violent savages who were trying to ship out of the country. He committed a crime and he ran back to Mexico. Predictable, okay? Fortunately for him, he was not able to drink tequila and eat tacos because he was arrested by the police and then eventually shipped to America to face the charges that he rightfully deserves to face. And so this is great news. We need to hunt down every single one of those people who are throwing rocks, all the tamale eaters who are throwing rocks at the police, arrest them and charge them with attempted murder or attempting to assault federal agents. There are many charges you can choose from in the federal code. Trying to obstruct a federal officer from doing his job. That's literally what they were trying to do. Literally trying to prevent the federal officials from arresting illegals and deporting them out of here. Eventually, after their hearing, their due process, they'll be shipped out of here. But anyways, they were trying to stop the arrest of illegals. That is trying to obstruct official duties of a federal officer. That's a federal crime. Every single one of the people who are throwing rocks should be charged with that. But we can start with this guy because he was one of the worst and one of the most dangerous people on the road, throwing giant rocks at police officers. So I could not be happy. I'm more happy that he's been caught. But that's all I got to say for this video. I'll be making more videos today. So I'll see you guys in my next one. And welcome to all my new subscribers. Hope you're enjoying the show.